Have you ever found yourself lying awake at night? It's not because of noise, but because your mind won't stop asking questions. Questions that don't have a clear answer. Questions that don't even seem to belong to this world. Why are we here? What is time? What if the things we trust most, our memories, our senses, are only echoes of something deeper? Welcome to Midnight Questions, the space where your mind is finally allowed to wander. Spiritual puzzles, psychological twists, scientific mysteries, questions that science has yet to touch, or dares not touch. If that sounds like a place your mind belongs, then go ahead, subscribe, hit the bell, leave your thoughts in the comments below. You never know who else is lying awake, wondering the same thing. This is one of the most mysterious and philosophical questions that have kept humans awake at night for centuries. Are we dreaming, or is the world the dream? Well, in today's video, we are going to explore this question further, and hopefully by the end of it, we'll be able to form your own opinion on it. So let's start. The nature of reality has always been a subject of intense scrutiny and debate among philosophers and scientists alike. In recent years, with the advent of new technologies and discoveries, this discussion has intensified even further. One particular question that has captured the imagination of many is whether we are living in a dream or whether the world itself is a dream. Now, before we delve into the intricacies of this philosophical quandary, let's take a moment to consider the various ways in which we experience the world around us. Our senses provide us with a rich tapestry of sensations. From the warmth of the sun on our skin to the sound of birds tweeting in the trees, we perceive these sensations as real and tangible, and they form the basis of our understanding of the physical world. However, what if these sensations, these very experiences that we hold so dear, are nothing but figments of our imagination? What if the world as we know it is nothing more than a dream? The idea that we might be living in a dream might seem far-fetched to some, but it is not as outlandish as it may initially appear. The concept of a dream world has been explored by philosophers and theologians throughout history, each offering their own unique perspective on the nature of reality. Some have suggested that our waking state is nothing but a dream, while others have proposed that both our waking state and our dreams are merely projections of a higher reality. One of the earliest recorded discussions of the dream world can be found in the ancient Chinese text, the Zhuangzi. The text tells the story of a man who dreams of becoming a butterfly, fluttering about in meadows and fields, and upon awakening wonders whether he is actually a human being or a butterfly. This tale serves as an allegory for the idea that the distinction between our waking and dreaming selves may not be as clear-cut as we think. In the medieval period, the Islamic philosopher Al-Ghazali raised similar questions about the nature of our experiences. He argued that our perceptions of the external world could not be trusted, and that we could not truly know whether we were awake or dreaming. This skepticism towards the reliability of our senses paved the way for modern-day philosophers to question the nature of reality. Enter René Descartes, a French philosopher and mathematician, who is considered one of the founders of modern philosophy. Descartes' approach to understanding the nature of reality was radically different from his predecessors. Rather than relying on the senses, Descartes advocated for a more rational and systematic approach. He famously used the method of doubt, wherein he deliberately cast doubt on everything he could, including his senses, in order to arrive at a more fundamental and unshakable truth. Through this process, Descartes came to the conclusion that the only thing he could be certain of was his own existence as a thinking thing. This led him to the famous dictum, "I think, therefore I am." From this starting point, Descartes began to build his philosophy. He attempted to reconstruct the entire edifice of knowledge from this one indubitable truth, using reason as his primary tool. Descartes' approach had a profound impact on the course of Western philosophy, laying the foundation for rationalism and paving the way for the scientific revolution that was to follow. His emphasis on reason as the primary source of knowledge, and his systematic and deductive approach to philosophy continued to influence philosophers and scientists alike. However, despite its influence, Descartes' philosophy is not without its limitations. One of the most significant criticisms of Descartes' approach is that his reliance on reason, and his neglect of the role of experience and observation, led him to a narrow and abstract view of reality. His focus on the mind-body dualism also came under scrutiny, as it failed to account for the complexities of human experience and the interconnectedness of the mind and body. Despite these criticisms, Descartes' contribution to philosophy remains monumental. His emphasis on reason and his systematic approach laid the groundwork for the scientific method and helped pave the way for modern science. But Descartes' ideas about the nature of reality still leave us with more questions than answers. If our senses are not reliable, and our minds are capable of constructing entire worlds within our dreams, how can we be sure that the world we inhabit when awake is any different? Is there a way to distinguish between a dream world and a waking world? These are the questions that have kept philosophers awake at night for centuries. In recent years, the advent of new technologies and discoveries has added further fuel to this debate. Advances in neuroscience have revealed the intricate workings of the brain during sleep and the role of dreams in the human experience. Similarly, developments in quantum mechanics have challenged our understanding of the nature of reality, suggesting that the world is not as stable and objective as we once thought. One of the most intriguing aspects of the debate is the concept of the simulation hypothesis. This hypothesis, popularized by the late 1990s, suggests that the world we live in is nothing more than a computer simulation created by a more advanced civilization. While the simulation hypothesis may seem like a far-fetched science fiction trope, it raises important questions about the nature of reality and the limits of human knowledge. If we cannot be certain of the nature of our own existence and the world we inhabit, then what is the basis of our beliefs, and how do we know that we are not living in a simulated reality? Furthermore, advances in artificial intelligence and the development of virtual reality technologies have blurred the lines between the real and the simulated even further. As AI becomes more sophisticated and virtual reality becomes more immersive, the question of how to distinguish between a dream, a simulation, and the real world becomes increasingly urgent. Another interesting aspect of the debate is the role of consciousness. If our experiences are nothing more than electrochemical impulses in our brains, then what is the nature of consciousness, and how does it arise from the physical matter of the brain? Is consciousness nothing more than a product of the brain's activity? Or is it something more, a fundamental aspect of the universe that we are only beginning to understand? So are we really dreaming? Or is the world the dream? There is no easy answer to this question. The nature of reality is a complex and multifaceted issue that has puzzled philosophers and scientists for centuries. While we may never be able to know for sure, the very act of questioning our assumptions and exploring the nature of our existence is what has driven human progress and discovery throughout history. So we continue to explore the mysteries of the universe and the complexities of the human mind. We may come to a better understanding of our place in the grand scheme of things. But until then, the question of whether we are dreaming or if the world is the dream will continue to keep us awake at night. We hope you enjoyed this exploration of the enigmatic question. We encourage you to continue pondering this and other deep philosophical questions. Your thoughts and perspectives are valuable and contribute to the ongoing dialogue about the nature of reality and existence. Keep asking questions, keep seeking answers, and keep challenging your own beliefs, because it is through this process of inquiry and reflection that we all grow intellectually and spiritually. If you found this video thought-provoking, don't hesitate to like and share it with others who might be interested in this fascinating topic. Your support means a lot to us and helps us continue producing engaging content on philosophy and other intriguing subjects. Thanks for watching. And remember, the pursuit of knowledge and wisdom is a journey that should be shared. So keep sharing these videos and let's continue exploring the mysteries of the universe together. Till next time.